In the bustling city of Karachi, where the streets are alive with the cacophony of honking cars, shouting vendors, and the chatter of pedestrians, a seemingly ordinary day took a turn that would leave a lasting impact on everyone involved. Constable Amir, a dedicated police officer known for his unwavering commitment to his duty, was patrolling the busy streets of Sadar. The area was notorious for its chaotic traffic and the occasional stray animals that wandered through, searching for scraps of food or a quiet corner to rest. As Amir navigated his way through the crowded streets, he noticed a commotion near a local tea stall. A small crowd had gathered, and in the center of it all was a stray dog, barking aggressively at anyone who dared to approach. The dog, a scruffy, medium-sized creature with matted fur and a wary look in its eyes, seemed to be in distress. Amir, trained to handle such situations, approached cautiously, his hand resting on the canister of pepper spray attached to his belt. The crowd, mostly composed of shopkeepers and passers-by, urged Amir to take action. "Do something, Constable," shouted one man, his voice tinged with frustration. "It's scaring away our customers," added another. Amir, aware of the potential danger the dog posed to the public, made a split-second decision. He reached for his pepper spray, aimed carefully, and sprayed a short burst towards the dog. The effect was immediate. The dog yelped in pain, its eyes watering profusely as it retreated, whimpering and disoriented. The crowd, satisfied that the immediate threat had been neutralized, began to disperse. Amir, however, felt a pang of guilt. He had never enjoyed using force against animals, but he had been trained to prioritize human safety above all else. As the day wore on, Amir couldn't shake the image of the dog's distress from his mind. He had seen many strays in his time on the force, but something about this particular encounter had struck a chord with him. Little did he know, the incident was about to take an unexpected turn. Later that evening, as Amir sat in the small office he shared with his fellow officers, he overheard a conversation that would change everything. Two women, members of a local animal welfare group, were discussing the incident with a colleague. "Did you hear about the dog that was pepper sprayed?" one of them asked, her voice filled with concern. "Yes," the other replied, "but there's more to the story. That dog was protecting her puppies." Amir's heart sank. He had no idea the dog had been a mother. The women went on to explain that the dog, whom they had named Rani, had been caring for a litter of puppies in a nearby alley. The aggressive behavior that Amir had witnessed was simply her instinct to protect her young. The realization hit Amir like a ton of bricks. He had inadvertently harmed an innocent animal who was merely trying to protect her family. Determined to make amends, Amir decided to visit the alley where the puppies were reportedly located. As he approached the spot, he saw Rani, her eyes still red and watery, lying protectively over her litter. The puppies, oblivious to the events of the day, were playfully tumbling over each other, their tiny bodies wriggling with energy. Amir's heart melted at the sight. He knew he had to do something to help. Amir returned to the station, his mind racing with thoughts of how to help Rani and her puppies. He knew that simply leaving them in the alley was not an option. The area was far too dangerous, with the constant threat of traffic and the risk of abuse from less compassionate individuals. He decided to consult with a local animal welfare group to see if they could offer any assistance. The next day, Amir met with the women he had overheard in the office. They were part of a group called Karachi Animal Rescue, dedicated to helping stray and abandoned animals. The women, Sarah and Fatima, were more than happy to help. They explained that they had been trying to catch Rani for weeks to bring her and her puppies to a safe place, but she had been too wary of humans. Amir offered to assist them in their efforts. He knew that his presence might help to gain Rani's trust, given that he had already established a connection with her, albeit a painful one. The plan was to set up a humane trap with food and water, hoping that Rani would enter it voluntarily. Amir spent the next few days working with the group, visiting the alley daily to check on Rani and her puppies and to adjust the trap as needed. After several days of careful planning and patience, the moment finally arrived. Rani, lured by the scent of food, entered the trap, and the door closed behind her. Amir and the rescue group quickly moved in to secure the puppies, who were still too young to run away. The rescue was a success, and Rani and her puppies were safely transported to a temporary shelter. At the shelter, Rani was given a thorough medical examination. The vet confirmed that she was in good health, albeit a bit malnourished and dehydrated. The pepper spray had caused some temporary irritation, but with treatment, she was expected to make a full recovery. The puppies, too, were healthy and full of energy. Amir visited the shelter regularly, bringing food and supplies and spending time with Rani and her puppies. He found himself growing attached to the little family, and they, in turn, began to trust him. The experience was a profound one for Amir, teaching him the importance of compassion and the impact that a single act of kindness can have. As the days turned into weeks, Rani and her puppies continued to thrive at the shelter. The rescue group, Karachi Animal Rescue, worked tirelessly to find them a permanent home. Amir, who had become a regular visitor, was determined to ensure that Rani and her puppies would never have to face the dangers of the streets again. The shelter, a modest but well-organized facility on the outskirts of Karachi, was a haven for animals in need. It was run by a dedicated team of volunteers who provided food, medical care, and love to the animals in their charge. Rani and her puppies were given a spacious pen filled with soft bedding and plenty of toys to keep them entertained. The puppies, now thriving under the care of the shelter staff, were growing stronger and more playful each day. Amir spent many of his off-duty hours at the shelter, helping with chores and spending time with Rani and her puppies. He found solace in their company, and the experience had a profound impact on him. He began to see the world through a different lens, one that valued compassion and empathy above all else. The once hardened police officer was discovering a softer side of himself, one that he had never fully explored. One afternoon, as Amir was playing with the puppies, Sarah, one of the rescue group members, approached him with a smile. "Amir, we have some good news," she said. "We've found a family that is interested in adopting Rani and her puppies." Amir's heart skipped a beat. While he was happy that the dogs would have a forever home, he felt a pang of sadness at the thought of saying goodbye. The family, the Khans, were longtime supporters of the rescue group and had a large, fenced-in yard where the dogs could play safely. They had 2 children who were eager to welcome the puppies into their home. Amir knew that this was the best possible outcome for Rani and her family, but he couldn't help but feel a sense of loss. The day of the adoption arrived, and Amir found himself feeling unexpectedly emotional. He had grown attached to Rani and her puppies, and the thought of not seeing them every day was difficult to accept. As he helped load the dogs into the Khan's van, he took a moment to say goodbye. Rani, sensing Amir's sadness, nuzzled his hand, her eyes meeting his with a look of gratitude and trust. The puppies, oblivious to the gravity of the moment, tumbled around his feet, their playful energy a reminder of the joy they had brought into his life. Amir knelt down and gave each puppy a gentle pat, whispering a quiet farewell. As the van pulled away, Amir stood watching, a mix of emotions swirling within him. He felt proud of the role he had played in saving Rani and her puppies, but he also felt a deep sense of loss. The experience had changed him, opening his eyes to the plight of stray animals and the importance of compassion and action. In the weeks that followed, Amir found himself thinking about Rani and her puppies often. He missed their playful energy and the sense of purpose he had felt while caring for them. It was during this time that he realized he had found a new calling. He wanted to continue helping animals in need, to make a difference in their lives just as he had for Rani and her family. Amir approached the Karachi Animal Rescue Group with a proposal. He offered to volunteer his time, using his skills as a police officer to help with animal rescues and to educate the public about the importance of animal welfare. The group welcomed him with open arms, grateful for his dedication and enthusiasm. Amir's first task was to help organize a community event aimed at raising awareness about the plight of stray animals in Karachi. The event, held in a local park, featured educational booths, guest speakers, and even a small petting zoo. Amir worked tirelessly, using his connections and resources to ensure the event's success. The turnout was impressive, with families, students, and animal lovers of all ages coming together to learn and show their support. Amir gave a speech, sharing his experience with Rani and her puppies and emphasizing the importance of compassion and action. His words resonated with the audience, inspiring many to get involved and make a difference. The community event was just the beginning. Inspired by Amir's passion and dedication, the Karachi Animal Rescue Group saw a surge in volunteer applications and donations. The event had sparked a ripple effect, igniting a movement within the community to support animal welfare. Amir continued to work closely with the rescue group, using his skills and resources to help with various initiatives. He organized spay and neuter clinics, worked with local schools to incorporate animal welfare education into the curriculum, and even helped to establish a hotline for reporting animal abuse. His efforts did not go unnoticed. The local media picked up on the story, and Amir became a symbol of hope and change for animal lovers across the city. His journey from a police officer who had once used pepper spray on a stray dog to a passionate advocate for animal welfare was an inspiring one. As the months passed, Amir's work with the Karachi Animal Rescue Group continued to grow. He found himself more fulfilled than ever before, his life enriched by the animals he helped and the people he met along the way. The experience had taught him the power of compassion and the impact that one person can have when they choose to act. One day, as Amir was visiting a local school to give a talk about animal welfare, he was approached by a young girl named Aisha. She had been inspired by his story and wanted to know how she could help. Amir smiled, grateful for the opportunity to inspire the next generation. He talked to her about the importance of kindness and action, and together, they brainstormed ways she could make a difference. Aisha, a bright and compassionate 12-year-old student, was deeply moved by Amir's story and the work of the Karachi Animal Rescue Group. She had always loved animals but had never realized the extent of the challenges they faced in the city. Inspired by Amir's dedication, she decided to take action in her own way. Aisha approached her school principal with a proposal to start an animal welfare club. She envisioned a group that would not only raise awareness about the plight of stray animals, but also actively participate in efforts to help them. The principal, impressed by Aisha's enthusiasm and the potential for a positive impact, agreed to support her initiative. With the principal's backing, Aisha set about organizing the club. She created flyers and posters, spreading the word throughout the school. Her passion was infectious, and soon, she had gathered a group of like-minded students eager to make a difference. The club, named Pause for Change, held its first meeting in the school auditorium. At the meeting, Aisha shared Amir's story and the work of the Karachi Animal Rescue Group. She emphasized the importance of compassion and action, encouraging her peers to think of creative ways they could contribute. The students brainstormed ideas, ranging from fundraising events to educational campaigns and community service projects. The first project the Pause for Change Club undertook was a fundraising drive to support the Karachi Animal Rescue Group's efforts. Aisha and her friends organized a bake sale, a talent show, and a pet photo contest, all held on the school grounds. The events were a huge success, drawing participants and spectators from across the school and the local community. The students worked tirelessly, coordinating logistics, promoting the events, and managing the finances. Their hard work paid off, and by the end of the week, they had raised a significant amount of money. Aisha presented the funds to Amir and the rescue group, who were overwhelmed by the students' dedication and generosity. The fundraising drive not only provided much-needed financial support but also raised awareness about animal welfare issues among the students and the wider community. The success of the project bolstered the club's confidence and set the stage for future initiatives. Building on the momentum of the fundraising drive, Aisha and the Pause for Change Club decided to focus on educational outreach. They developed a presentation about the importance of animal welfare, highlighting the challenges faced by stray animals and the ways in which individuals could help. The students visited local schools, community centers, and even local businesses, sharing their presentation and engaging audiences in discussions about animal welfare. Their efforts were met with enthusiasm and interest, and many people expressed a desire to get involved. The educational outreach program had a profound impact, changing attitudes and inspiring action. People who had previously been unaware of the issues were now motivated to help, whether by volunteering, donating, or simply spreading the word. The club's work was creating a ripple effect, reaching far beyond the initial scope of their efforts. In addition to fundraising and education, the Pause for Change Club also engaged in community service projects. They organized regular cleanup days at local parks and animal shelters, where students and community members came together to pick up litter, plant flowers, and create a more welcoming environment for both people and animals. The club also partnered with the Karachi Animal Rescue Group to organize adoption events, helping to find forever homes for stray animals. These events were a huge success, with many animals finding loving families. The students played a crucial role, interacting with potential adopters and sharing information about the animals' backgrounds and needs. As the Pause for Change Club continued to grow and make a difference, they faced a new challenge. A local construction project threatened to displace a colony of stray cats that had made their home in an abandoned lot. The students were determined to help the cats, but they knew they needed a plan. Aisha and her friends reached out to Amir and the Karachi Animal Rescue Group for advice. Together, they devised a strategy to trap, neuter, and relocate the cats to a safer location. The students worked alongside the rescue group, learning valuable skills and gaining hands-on experience in animal rescue. The project was a success, and the cat colony was safely relocated. The experience was a powerful learning opportunity for the students, teaching them the importance of collaboration, problem-solving, and perseverance. The work of the Pause for Change Club did not go unnoticed. Their efforts were recognized by local media, and the students were invited to speak at community events and conferences. Aisha, as the club's founder, became a spokesperson for youth activism and animal welfare. Her story inspired other young people to take action, and similar clubs began to spring up in schools across the city. The movement was gaining momentum, driven by the passion and dedication of young people who believed in the power of change. Amir watched with pride as the students continued to make a difference. He had seen firsthand the impact of their work, and he knew that they were the future of the animal welfare movement. Their energy, creativity, and determination were a source of inspiration for everyone involved. As the years passed, the Pause for Change Club continued to thrive, evolving and expanding its efforts. The students remained committed to their cause, and their work had a lasting impact on the community. The club's initiatives had not only helped countless animals, but had also fostered a culture of compassion and activism among young people. Amir remained a mentor and supporter of the club, offering guidance and sharing his experiences. He was proud of the role he had played in inspiring the students and grateful for the opportunity to be part of their journey. The story of Amir, Aisha, and the Pause for Change. The success of the Pause for Change Club had not only transformed the lives of countless animals, but had also empowered the students involved, giving them a sense of purpose and agency. As the club continued to grow, Aisha and her friends began to think about how they could expand their efforts and reach even more people. One of their key initiatives was to establish partnerships with other schools and organizations. They reached out to neighboring schools, sharing their story and inviting them to join the movement. The response was overwhelmingly positive, and soon, Pause for Change chapters were popping up in schools across the city. Aisha and her team organized regular meetings and workshops, bringing together students from different schools to share ideas, resources, and experiences. These gatherings fostered a sense of community and collaboration, allowing the students to learn from each other and work together towards common goals. The club also began to explore opportunities to engage with international organizations and networks. They connected with animal welfare groups from around the world, participating in online forums and conferences. These interactions provided valuable insights and inspiration, broadening the students' perspectives and strengthening their resolve. As the Pause for Change movement gained momentum, the students realized the importance of advocacy and policy change. They understood that to create lasting impact, they needed to address the root causes of animal suffering and work towards systemic change. Aisha and her friends began to advocate for stronger animal protection laws, meeting with local politicians and community leaders to voice their concerns and propose solutions. They organized petitions, rallies, and awareness campaigns, mobilizing public support for their cause. Their efforts did not go unnoticed. Local policymakers began to take notice, and the students were invited to participate in discussions about animal welfare legislation. Their input was valuable, and their voices were heard. The experience taught the students the power of advocacy and the importance of using their voices to speak up for those who could not speak for themselves. The work of the Pause for Change Club was not only transforming the lives of animals, but was also shaping the future of the students involved. The club provided a platform for young people to develop leadership skills, learn about teamwork and collaboration, and gain a deeper understanding of social issues. Aisha, in particular, emerged as a leader, her passion and dedication inspiring those around her. She was elected as the club's president, a role she embraced with enthusiasm and determination. Under her leadership, the club continued to grow and thrive, attracting new members and expanding its reach. The students involved in the club were becoming a new generation of leaders, equipped with the skills, knowledge, and passion to make a difference in the world. Their work was a testament to the power of youth activism and the impact that young people can have when they come together to fight for a cause they believe in. Despite their successes, the Pause for Change Club faced numerous challenges along the way. They encountered resistance from those who did not share their views, and they had to navigate complex social and political landscapes. At times, the students felt overwhelmed and discouraged, but they never lost sight of their goals. Aisha and her friends learned the importance of resilience and perseverance. They developed strategies to overcome obstacles, drawing strength from their shared vision and the support of their community. They also learned the value of self-care, recognizing the importance of taking care of themselves in order to continue their work effectively. The challenges they faced only served to strengthen their resolve and deepen their commitment. They understood that change was not easy, but they were determined to keep fighting for what they believed in. As the years went by, the Pause for Change Club left a lasting legacy on the community. The students' efforts had not only helped countless animals, but had also inspired a culture of compassion and activism. Their work had shown that young people have the power to make a difference, and their story served as a source of inspiration for others. Amir watched with pride as the club continued to grow and evolve. He had seen firsthand the impact of their work, and he knew that they were making a real difference in the world. He was grateful for the opportunity to be part of their journey and proud of the role he had played in inspiring the students. With the success of the Pause for Change Club, Aisha and her friends began to think about their next steps. They wanted to continue their work and expand their efforts, but they also wanted to explore new opportunities and challenges. The students decided to establish a nonprofit organization dedicated to promoting animal welfare and youth activism. They envisioned a platform that would provide resources, support, and opportunities for young people who wanted to make a difference. The organization, called Compassionate Voices, was launched with a mission to empower young people and create a more compassionate world. It provided a space for students to connect, collaborate, and take action on issues they cared about. The launch of Compassionate Voices marked the beginning of a new chapter for Aisha and her friends. The organization quickly gained traction, attracting members from across the country and around the world. It became a global movement, united by a shared vision of compassion and change. The students worked tirelessly, organizing events, campaigns, and initiatives to promote animal welfare and youth activism. They also provided resources and support to young people who wanted to start their own projects and organizations. The work of Compassionate Voices had a profound impact, inspiring a new generation of activists and leaders. The organization became a powerful force for change, demonstrating the power of youth and the importance of compassion. The journey of Compassionate Voices was one of continuous growth and evolution. The organization, founded by Aisha and her friends, had quickly become a global movement, uniting young people from diverse backgrounds under the banner of compassion and activism. As the organization expanded, so did the challenges and opportunities it faced. One of the key areas of focus for Compassionate Voices was education. The founders believed that empowering young people with knowledge and skills was crucial to creating lasting change. They developed a comprehensive educational program that included workshops, seminars, and online resources on topics such as animal welfare, environmental conservation, and social justice. The educational initiatives were a huge success, reaching thousands of students across the globe. The program not only provided valuable information but also inspired young people to take action in their own communities. Many participants went on to start their own projects and organizations, further amplifying the impact of Compassionate Voices. As Compassionate Voices continued to grow, the organization recognized the importance of building bridges and fostering collaboration. They actively sought partnerships with other nonprofits, government agencies, and private sector organizations that share their vision. These partnerships were instrumental in expanding the reach and impact of the organization. By working together, Compassionate Voices and its partners were able to pool resources, share expertise, and coordinate efforts to address complex social and environmental issues. One notable partnership was with a major international animal welfare organization. Together, they launched a global campaign to end the illegal wildlife trade, a multifaceted initiative that included advocacy, education, and direct action. The campaign garnered widespread support and helped to raise awareness about the devastating impact of wildlife trafficking. In addition to building partnerships, Compassionate Voices also embraced innovation and technology as key drivers of change. The organization recognized the power of digital platforms to connect people, share information, and mobilize action. They developed a robust online presence, including a dynamic website, engaging social media channels, and interactive digital campaigns. These platforms provided a space for young people to connect, share ideas, and collaborate on projects. The organization also leveraged technology to enhance their advocacy efforts. They use data analytics and digital mapping tools to track and visualize the impact of their initiatives, providing compelling evidence to support their advocacy and policy recommendations. While Compassionate Voices had a global reach, the organization was deeply committed to empowering local communities. They believed that change started at the grassroots level and that empowering individuals and communities was essential to creating sustainable impact. The organization launched several community-based projects, providing resources and support to local initiatives that aligned with their mission. These projects ranged from community gardens and recycling programs to animal shelters and wildlife conservation efforts. By supporting local communities, Compassionate Voices was able to foster a sense of ownership and empowerment among participants. The projects not only addressed specific issues but also helped to build resilient and self-sufficient communities. As Compassionate Voices continued to grow and evolve, the organization faced a new challenge: how to maintain its momentum and impact in the face of changing global dynamics. The world was becoming increasingly complex, with new challenges and opportunities emerging every day. The founders of Compassionate Voices recognized the need to adapt and innovate in order to stay relevant and effective. They embarked on a strategic planning process, engaging with stakeholders and experts to identify key priorities and develop a roadmap for the future. The process was both challenging and rewarding, forcing the organization to confront difficult questions and make tough decisions. Ultimately, it resulted in a renewed sense of purpose and direction, with a clear vision for the future. The strategic planning process led to the development of a bold new vision for Compassionate Voices. The organization committed to expanding its reach and impact with a focus on three key areas: education, innovation, and empowerment. They set ambitious goals, including the establishment of a global network of youth-led organizations, the development of cutting-edge digital platforms, and the implementation of community-based projects in underserved areas. The vision was ambitious, but the founders of Compassionate Voices were confident in their ability to achieve it. They had a dedicated team, a strong network of partners, and a passionate community of supporters. As Compassionate Voices looked to the future, the organization remained committed to its core values of compassion, empathy, and action. The journey had been long and challenging, but it had also been incredibly rewarding. The legacy of Compassionate Voices was one of change and transformation. The organization had empowered countless young people, inspired a global movement, and made a real difference in the world. As Compassionate Voices looked to the future, the organization remained committed to its core values of compassion, empathy, and action. The journey had been long and challenging, but it had also been incredibly rewarding. The legacy of Compassionate Voices was one of change and transformation. The organization had empowered countless young people, inspired a global movement, and made a real difference in the world. Amir, who had been there from the beginning, watched with pride as the organization continued to grow and evolve. He had seen firsthand the impact of their work, and he knew that they were making a lasting difference. The story of Compassionate Voices was a testament to the power of youth, the importance of compassion, and the potential for change. It was a reminder that, no matter how small the action, it could have a ripple effect, inspiring others and creating a better world for all.